Hello Scorpio and welcome to your November 2016 reading. Every month we begin with channeled information. Your channeled information this month is insight. Insight, not necessarily talking about your intuition, but talking about how other people can help lead you on the right path. So a lot of times we want to just sort of trust ourselves, and we should do that no matter what. But this month I'm getting a little bit of an indicator that it will be helpful. You could possibly avoid some mistakes that others have made if you just talk about what's going on in your life. This could be about work, it could be about a marriage situation, anything that's going on. Really good month to lean on mentors or friends, particularly those that are a little bit older or have just a little bit more experience than you. Okay? So, the way we do it every month, for those of you that are familiar with the channel, is we'll look at all of the 10 cards that kind of are part of the Celtic Cross and see what's coming through. But then I like to expand it out to make sure that I hit on major areas. So health, wealth, love, and destiny is part of that. So for those of you guys that are new, welcome, and now you know what to expect. Let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to shuffle the deck a couple of times here. I already shuffled it before I started. But let's now see what's coming through for the month of November for Scorpio. There we go. One more shuffle. So in addition to pulling those main cards, which we're going to cover in just a second, I also add in what I call a catalyst card, and that's going to give us a little bit more information on the channeled information, which was insight. So I got an interesting card for that, because insight is more an intangible thing. It's about gathering, thinking, talking. And then we have this very tangible card, the body. Two things that came with this. One is I actually got that it was more symbolic here. It's like the body of work. It's a larger sort of thing that we're looking at. So for those of you that are feeling like you're just not on the right path, or things are not going successful, what this is saying is look at the larger picture. But there's a warning with this, particularly since your crowning card is the 10 of Swords reversed. Your body this month is very much going to react to the stressful situations that are going on. And this is something that you can control or that you can avert. Because as we look at the center here, I see, first of all, there are going to be some opportunities and pressures involved with work. I feel like prior till now, to this reading, things may have been a little bit quieter on the work front for some of you, or you just may not have felt like you were making as much traction. But with the Ace of Pentacles at the center, you're either going to have an inundation of new work, or you're going to just feel a lot of pressure coming from this. And this is, I feel like a lot of you are trying to build a firm foundation here to get ahead. And there could be a little bit of financial pressures for some of you, which are creating this need to sort of put in extra hours or prove yourself or take advantage of these new opportunities that are coming your way. But the warning sign here is don't overdo it. You definitely could put yourself in a position where you just get sick, it's the flu, or you have some chronic pains, or even something more serious if you let the stress manifest. A little bit of discord here in the relationship front for you this month. Whenever I get 7s or 5s with swords, but 7s in particular here, this shows that it's time for some of you to cut losses with friendships. So what I mean by this is, if you've been having persistent issues with trust, with people not being entirely truthful, or maybe being a little bit manipulative, this card is saying it's enough. You don't need to constantly sort of question yourself, look over your shoulder and wonder, why am I engaged in this? And I also see that this may have something to do with like cliques that have existed in your school or in your family or circle of friends, and it's time to sort of move outside of the cliques. Even though there's a lot to be gained by some of these friendships that you have, it also seems very uncomfortable right now. And one of the important things for you is that you're not feeling sort of attacked in some of these friendships, and if you have, then I think it's at a point where it's time to let go. So this can either indicate a warning sign to not overdo yourself with work, or to not sort of like underestimate the amount of sleep you need. It can also mean for friendships, there could be a falling out that happens this month, and if it does, I usually see these as a blessing, because whenever you have the sevens, particularly Seven of Swords, it's saying you're going to take away what you need from this situation, and you shouldn't look back and regret. So whether it's a breakup, an argument, a falling out, it needed to happen so that you could sort of air all the dirty laundry, clear out your chakra system, particularly your heart and your throat chakras, and move forward. The really positive card that came through, even in its reversal, is the Star. And this is right, I'm going to pull the camera down so you can see the position. This is in your ego position, and what it's really showing for you this month is it's almost like you need to stop trying to make other people happy or worrying so much about what other people think or say about you. The Star card, when it's upright, usually means someone who is doing what they want to do, not just like on a desire level, but on a soul level. When it's reversed, it's showing that you're holding back a little bit, and that either you're sort of fitting in with the norms, trying to do what people want and expect you to do, or you've lost sight of that. So it's not surprising that your environment card is the Hermit, which is all about keeping to yourself a little bit. So some signs I told them this month would not be good for that. For you, I actually think it would be a great month for you to spend a little bit more time meditating, doing quiet type things, whether that's writing, reading, or just taking a walk, but spending some time with yourself and really getting comfortable with what's on your mind. Some people are afraid of that, and when they are, you have to wonder, is it because you're afraid of just the thoughts that are going to come into your mind, or you just don't like to think about it? This month, you're going to be able to clear things out of your heart and your head if you push back a little bit from social engagements, from work engagements, and also trying to make people happy. I had a teacher once, long time ago, who was not my favorite teacher, but gave me great advice. And basically they said that if you try to make everyone happy, you'll fail, because first of all, it's just not going to work. Secondly, you're not going to gain the respect of other people. It'll seem like you don't have an idea of what you want. You're always trying to, basically just, it's like you have more than two faces. It's 3 or 4 faces. You're trying to make everyone happy, literally. So no one knows what you really intend to do, sometimes like a politician. And then, so basically, it's not possible. You'll fail at it. Other people won't understand your motives and may not trust you. And finally, you yourself will not be happy. The end result of trying to make everyone happy is you're not happy. So you have to, we'll look at the last card here. You basically have to make a decision. What's important to you? Who's important to you? What's worth fighting for? What's worth fighting over? And then move forward with it. And if you look close, I have a couple of decks that show Judgment as either a Phoenix or a Power card, and I do think it is. A lot of times it's people coming from the grave, which shows sort of a rebirth. But this one shows dealing with the fear. You'll see the man or the woman, sort of, it's a woman, stuck in her head, and then rising above like a phoenix. And so that's what I want you to think of this month, is whatever you're afraid of, whatever you're uncomfortable with, you have to look it in the face, deal with it, and you're going to be able to take power back, take power over it. And when we look at the hopes, fears, desired outcome here, I actually see really good things in the future for you. So don't be afraid. There's almost a fear of failure, because this card is usually a success card. And so I don't see that at all. I don't really think failure is happening here. I think that, again, the only failure would be trying to make everyone see things from your perspective. As far as dating goes this month, I'm not really seeing it as a prime month to do that. Your environment card is the Hermit, and that really is showing me more about you. Make your heart feel good, make your body feel good, make your mind feel good. And you're probably going to have a lot of people needing your time. You're going to have to pick and choose. You can't do everything this month, but it feels like you're not going to have to go and try too hard to have a social activity. If anything, there's too much. And even if there isn't, I feel like it's sort of okay. It's going to sit well with you this month. Yeah, there's really not significant cups cards or even major suit cards that are coming through indicating new love coming in. So this month is about repairing old relationships. And the best way to do that really is to start to work more on what you want to do on a soul level. So if you're an architect and you want to be a mathematician, you already have some of the core skills, do it. If you're a teacher and you want to be an artist, you have to find your way to that path if you can. But it's about making some decisions, sometimes hard decisions, sometimes making people wonder if you've lost your mind. But I feel like whatever you can do to get closer to that path is going to make you much happier. So let's expand the forecast, and I'll review everything at the end with a new focus after having these extra 4 oracle cards. And hopefully you guys will get the information you need from that. So we'll start first with your health card to see what the key insight is for health this month. All right, clairvoyance. And this is really about seeing things the way they are and not second guessing them. Of course, it can mean psychic clairvoyance, which is paying close attention to dreams, visions, and insights that are coming through to you. We did get insight as your channeled information. But this is going to be, usually clairvoyance is visions. It's all about sight. So again, on a literal level, this is about possibly, for those of you that are a little bit more awakened psychically, you will start to have some vivid or lucid dreams this month, and you may just start to get flashes of intuition, and if you have them, go with them. It's a very good thing. What this also indicates on a more sort of abstract level is trying to see things beyond the face value. So we all are psychic to a degree. And so sometimes when you see someone, immediately you will know, you can read a situation or a person and you can think, trouble, I'm going to stay away from this. Or, wow, I need to be around this person. They're fantastic. I could learn so much. Or I just feel great. They make me feel alive. I laugh, whatever it is. Follow that internal intuition, but it is more about seeing something and it's at first sight. So whether it's love, hate, worry, whatever you're getting, that initial feeling when you see something, that's what I want you to pay more attention to this month. So now let's take a look, and this is with your health. So, excuse me, the other thing with this is the people around you have an absolute effect on your physical health. So if someone is really negative, you start to kind of like, you might hold yourself a different way around them. You might start to get a headache after being around them for a while. So you want to pay attention to how people see others and react to others, because that's going to affect your health. Also, if you just have a keen insight into something that's either going very well or very wrong in your body, you really want to tune into that. Your clairvoyance is going to be the main thing that you need to focus on this month for health. So when we look at wealth, it says what you want wants you, and that is this card as well. So how can I put this? I think, unfortunately, at least in Western society, we're taught to go after things that are practical and profitable, and we don't always understand what, like, when we come to this planet, we have a soul's, we kind of create a soul purpose, and we have contracts that we create with others, and we're supposed to do certain things. It doesn't always entail doing what's most popular, most profitable. So maybe your entire life purpose is to serve others through, maybe you wanted to become like a nun, a monk, a healer, whatever. And not all of those involve poverty, but they may not be it's not the same as a lawyer and a doctor perhaps, and that doesn't make them any less valuable, because we need all vocations, and you may have already spent 5 lifetimes being a CEO, and this lifetime it's about connecting with spirit and helping and giving back. And so unfortunately we're so focused on one life to live and all the drama that comes with it, that we don't realize that we've had many lives and where this fits in the onion skin. So these two are really, really close. Knowing what you need, what you see, and going after it, and being able to live in your truth, it's going to make you happy, mind, body, spirit. And that's better than any amount of money or wealth could provide for you. but you'll have to come to that in your own time. So, but I'll break this down just to say, you should be doing what you love for a living. Because even if initially you make less money, in the long term you'll probably make more money if that's important to you. But most importantly, you're doing what your soul wants, therefore you're succeeding at life, which is really the most important thing, because otherwise we keep coming back and repeating the same lessons. So stop doing what others want, stop doing what's just practical. Maybe in a perfect world they all align, and what you want is what others want, and it's popular and it's profitable. But I would love for you to try to pull those concepts apart and just think, what do I need? What do I want? On a soul level, and why am I not doing it? That's the bigger question. Is it because of fear, pressure? A lot of times we have practical constraints, and I get that. Like sometimes you just have periods of your life where you have to do something else, but start to make some plans and see how you can get closer to what your heart desires. Okay, and when I'm looking at love, health and healing actually that's why I didn't see love this month for you. It's not saying that you're not going to meet lovely people, that you couldn't find a relationship. It's not your focus. Your focus is internal. So it is a month when meditation, healing, getting a massage, going for Reiki, or just praying, or exercising, all these things that are acts of self-love are going to bring you closer to physical love on this planet. You'll meet your partner by taking care of yourself this month. It's not about going out, finding the right person, attracting the right person. You have to be better yourself for them to see you. The same way we were talking about that clairvoyance card, which is when you read someone the first time, when you see them, you get all of this information. We all get it. We don't necessarily understand it, but you see someone and you've already got some information. And this isn't about stereotypes. This is about an internal feeling, like, wow, I need to know them, or I don't really need to know them. And so follow that. It's not about stereotypes. It's about your intuition. So what people read off of you is that same energy. And they're looking for the I ams that you're broadcasting. So one last thing here, and then I'll get off of it, is we all have these sort of mantras that we have in our head. And it's either I ams or I am nots. So you can think, I am successful, I'm capable of doing what I want to do, and I'm ready to pull in the situations and the people that I want to. Broadcast that like a radio, and you start pulling in better people, friendlier people, more optimistic situations. If you start thinking, I'm so over this, things are not working out, today is going to suck, and you start saying words like that, even that word suck, stink, whatever, they have these like hard sounds to it. And that pulls things down, and it pulls the energy down. So instead think, it wasn't the greatest morning, but I'm going to make it a good afternoon. Or, I'm feeling better now. It's all about moment to moment. We don't have to have this big rainbow over the whole day. That's unrealistic. And a lot of spiritual people sometimes are trying to make you constantly feel a state of euphoria. I want to point you in the direction of like an upward path where you're feeling better gradually, you're understanding things, you're getting more knowledge, but it's not about always being in bliss. Eventually when we ascend and go to another plane, yes, but in this life it's about the ups and the downs and seeing the big picture with it. Okay, so heal yourself and start broadcasting new things like, I'm ready for love. I'm working to do what I want to do in the long term. My next job is going to be even more exciting. Don't focus on what isn't and what you're not. Focus on what you are or what you're going towards, okay? Hopefully that helps. Now let's look at your projection card to see what's coming in the future. All right, so we've got the Book of Shadows, which is about facing your fears, basically. Everything that I was just talking about. Facing your fears and turning them into the Book of Light is really what I think you want to be doing here. So don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of things. Basically, shadows give light context, and shadows are all part of God's plan for the universe, or the universe's energy. We have to have both. And so as human beings, we integrate both and then hopefully get to a little bit of a higher frequency. All right, I'm going to look at everything and give you a few key things to focus on this month, and then we'll wrap up for November. So just a reminder, your channeled information was insight. Talking to others when you yourself can't find those sort of, we were talking about the I ams, if you can look to someone else and even ask them, a close friend, say, you know what, I'm having a hard day. Could you give me a couple of things that, how do you get through it? Or what do you think that I have to offer certain situations, because I don't know how to talk to my boss about this. And then maybe they can say, you know what, you're really good at this, you're really good at this, you could work on this. But they'll help give you the insight that you can't find yourself. When I'm looking at the overall spread for the month, 2 cards come out loud and clear for me. And then a third one after that. But your crowning card is saying take care of your body. And when we looked at your catalyst card, that actually was it. It was the body reversed. So take care of yourself so that you have the energy, the time, and the sort of will to do what you want to do. And the last one is to face your fears. And this really goes right on course with the Book of Shadows here, which is saying don't be afraid to face that which sort of scares you. Shine light onto it, move past it, feel empowered by being able to move beyond it. And really, again, the third point for this month is to not be afraid to get closer to what you want to do. As we expand it out to look at everything here, remembering to see people and see situations for what they truly are. Trust that first instinct that you're getting. And that's for your health situation. And then for your wealth situation, don't just do what others want or what's popular or what's profitable. Do what you want. For love, self-healing, self-love, and those positive I ams are going to basically attract people like magnets and situations like magnets. And then the sooner you go through those I ams and the shadows, you're going to get to a place where you're feeling much better. And I see, let's see, we're in November, December, January. It's really January where things are going to take a very positive spin for you. So over the next couple of months, this is your chance to declutter, to move on, and possibly to get a new job. I see money or work coming your way. It's a very positive thing that I wanted to put out, and it could be without you trying, some of you. For those of you that have been relaxed, it's the inverse. I see that things could be getting busy, but it's a shift nonetheless, okay? So a lot of stuff going on for your sign this month, but the positive thing, and I like to focus on the positive while still showing you the other stuff, is that I think you know in your heart what it is you want to do. And if you needed my sort of like blessing or encouragement, because you're the only one that really needs to give yourself blessing here, I would say it's time now to get closer and to devote yourself more to your life's passion. Whether you're 18 or 80, it doesn't matter. Wherever you are in your life path, get a little closer to what you truly want to do, whether it's friends, whether it's your children, whether it's loved ones, peers, coworkers, whoever's pressuring you not to do it, do it. Start to get closer to your true passion, and I can't wait to hear what the long-term success is once you do. Okay, so that's everything for November. If you ever want to have more of a one-on-one and really ask specific questions about relationships, jobs, health, all of that, we can look into that. I have one-on-one sessions available, and I'll post the link in the corner. And if you're on a mobile device, it's a little I. Otherwise, a good way to sort of keep in touch with me every month is to subscribe to the channel or to my newsletter. And I'm also on social networks like Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. So basically all the major networks. So whatever you resonate most with, join me there. It would be nice. Thank you, finally, and most importantly, for your support every month. All the likes, the subscribes, and just the really nice comments really keep me focused and engaged, and know that this is basically making a difference in your life. If you'd ever like to sort of give a little bit more, I'll put a donate button at the end, and you can donate any amount, but that's completely optional. So otherwise, I wish you a very wonderful November. If you celebrate Thanksgiving, a happy Thanksgiving. Otherwise, take care of yourself, and we'll see one another again, hopefully in December. Take care of yourself. Satnam.